Viewer discretion is advised.
I realized very recently that the real Ghostbusters basically created a new genre of cartoon. That's cartoons based on live-action films. Oddly, there were a slew of cartoons based on live-action TV series pre-Real Ghostbusters. But films? Not so much. Some sources cite the Three Stooges animated series as film-based.
Built from the world's finest electronic parts. Designed to be the world's most perfect electronic robots. The Robotic Stooges!
Okay, I guess I'll allow it, even if it is debatable. Then we get to 1986 and the real Ghostbusters. Interestingly enough, on the same Saturday morning that ABC premiered the real Ghostbusters, CBS was debuting
Teen Wolf coming out to play. Teen Wolf.
Though the original Teen Wolf film itself kind of seems like, hey, remember that goofy Teen Wolf cartoon from the 60s? We should make that into a movie.
Hi. I'm going through changes.
Scott? Scott Howard? This is your father speaking. Now open this door right this minute. An explanation is probably long overdue.
He's always wanted to be something special. He's got style.
There's something different about you.
He's a wolf in teens clothing. And tonight is his night to howl. Teen Wolf.
So now that we've established the brief history of film-based animated TV series, let's talk about what happened after the success of the real Ghostbusters. Basically, everybody wanted in. There was
Swamp Thing. You are amazing.
and
It's showtime.
as well as and then, of course, and if you think Swamp Thing and Beetlejuice are odd choices for Saturday morning fare, wait till you find who else got cartoons.
Hey, somebody forgot to dot the I.
I'll fix it.
Police Academy, the series.
Hooray!
Toxic Crusaders, Toxic Crusaders, Toxic Rambo.
And even RoboCop got a cartoon show.
the ultimate super cop. RoboCop.
Twice. Really?
After being mortally wounded in the line of duty.
Hey, great boy!
Thanks, I hate it.
Jim Carrey was so popular at one time that 3 of his films were made into cartoons.
Alrighty then. Smoking, dude.
then 2 of those even crossed over.
That being one Stanley Ipkiss, which means he and you must be one and the same. Besides, my monkey's got photos.
Destroy them!
I'm sure there's way more out there than I've covered here today, but I can't possibly talk about everything. However, here are a couple of more honorable mentions.
Meet the new kid on Fox Saturday morning.
I'm Seymour Krelborn.
Oh, yeah, the weenie.
And his best friend, a great big hungry plant.
All we need now is the secret ingredient.
The show that'll bite you right on your funny bone. Little Shop, next on Fox. Don't you dare miss it.
It's also worth noting that while many of these shows were created, most of them were unsuccessful, many of them only lasting 1 season. But at least we got 173 episodes of The Real Ghostbusters. So let's get to reviewing one in this, the 19th installment of... Oh, God. He's talking about Ghostbusters again. Today, I will be taking a look at the episode VENKMAN'S Ghost Repellers, in which we get to meet another member of the Ghostbusters family tree, as we finally get to meet Papa Venkman. We open with a bit of exposition to let us know where our story begins. Actually, we're in the
New Jersey parallelogram.
kind of like a quadrilateral. Bermuda Triangle. Meanwhile, at the firehouse, we are greeted by a shirtless Peter Venkman.
I'll be in my bunk.
7, the total of ships that have vanished in that area since 1980.
Ray thinks the team should go to the mysterious New Jersey parallelogram.
Hey, Peter!
What?
Another ship's been lost in the New Jersey parallelogram.
So?
So we should go out there. Clean that place up.
Venkman disagrees.
Ray, who lives there?
No one.
Then who's going to pay us?
No clients equal no money.
I thought it'd be nice.
Hi, guys.
Then Janine Melnitz arrives fashionably late, wearing the latest fashion.
Oh, okay. I see what you did there.
It's you. It's definitely you.
Oh, actually, it's much more you.
This poncho comes with a very recognizable fashion label, which presents a bit of a problem.
VENKMAN'S Ghost Repeller, invented by the father of Chief Ghostbuster Peter Venkman. I don't believe it.
That's fraud, Peter.
I know. He's made a career out of selling things that don't exist.
Or maybe they really work.
So they test out the ghost repeller, and of course, it's a fraudulent product. Enter Jim Venkman. At last we get to meet the block of which Peter is the old chip off of.
Peter, my boy, you're looking well. Dad! Ponchos? How could you do this to me?
Couldn't you made a nice cloak? Perhaps a velvety robe? Why did it have to be ponchos, Dad? As we learned in the episode Xmas Marks the Spot, Peter does not have the greatest relationship with his father.
Christmas isn't Peter's favorite season. His father was always away at Christmas. That affects you after a while.
While Peter is
more like a game show host.
Pops Venkman is a con man, and not a very successful one. It seems that Senior Venkman has spent much of his life going from one low-rent scam to the next.
Son, I don't mean to break the law. I just bend it a mite, a smidge. Besides, there aren't any laws about ghosts.
Gee, maybe he should run for president.
Hail to the chief, he's the chief and he needs hailing. He is the chief, so everybody hail like crazy, hail to...
But I'll stop if that's what you want. I do, Dad.
Doodad. But Jim Venkman, he's a good guy. He offers to cut the guys in on the profits.
I don't know. Well, it's not really our thing, you know. Roast to bust.
To which they politely decline.
So long, boys.
And with that, the dad is on his way.
He's not a bad guy. He just can't make an honest buck. He's a con man.
I'm not surprised. Genetics. It's in your blood.
What the fuck was that?
This is where the episode starts to drag a little. We see the guys on the job.
Swing, batter.
Then we see you-know-who selling some of his faulty ponchos to a science exposition.
Thank you, Dr. Venkman. With your ghost repellers, we should do fine.
My pleasure, Dr. Mulch. Always happy to further the cause of science.
Who happen to be on their way out to the New Jersey parallelogram.
Sir, with all due respects, there is nothing here. The parallelogram is a myth.
This fog's hardly normal, Captain.
Then the boys are summoned by Captain Exposition.
Which one of you is Peter Venkman?
Yes, I'm Dr. Venkman.
3 days ago, the motor ship Apogon sailed from New York, searching for the New Jersey parallelogram. We lost contact 8 hours ago. We'll pay any reasonable fee.
Even now, Peter is reluctant to make the trip out to the parallelogram.
And why not, Mr. Venkman? Because you did not use the magic word.
I have 2 words for you. Ghost repellers.
When Peter's dad sees the news story about the missing ship...
Oh no! It's all my fault!
He too decides to go out to the New Jersey parallelogram, unbeknownst to the Ghostbusters. The guys enter the New Jersey parallelogram while Egon figures out a way to track the ship.
Egon, did you break the meter?
And the crew.
I fixed it. Everything is ectoplasmic energy in here. So, I reversed the polarity on the meter.
It only picks up reality, like us.
Then we see the elder Venkman.
Follow someone else.
Being pursued by some dragons that kind of look like an elementary school art project.
Do you know what origami is?
Sheesh. Sorry. They find the missing ship, rescue the crew, and return to safety outside the New Jersey parallelogram.
Dead ahead. Steady. Steady. This is it.
They've gone to plaid.
But oopsie, they realize that Peter's dad is still stuck inside the New Jersey parallelogram.
Peter, you don't suppose he's...
still in there?
And then the Ghostbusters just let the greedy bastard die.
We now return to the real Ghostbusters.
Kidding, of course they go back in form. I mean, we've got to fill up 24 minutes of runtime somehow, right?
I really hate this place.
Look! Oh, no! Get away from me, you nasty little back!
This time on their way out, they managed to weaken the parallelogram.
Our shooting weakened the structure of the dome. It's breaking up. We made it! All right!
For good.
If only we could have studied it.
Well, look, we're the first 4 guys to ever single-handedly destroy a wonder of the unnatural world.
Well... As we close out the episode, we find out what Peter's dad is up to now.
He's selling ice boxes to Eskimos.
Maybe he should work for us.
And then the episode just kind of ends with 2 grown men having a tickle fight.
Peter, put that down. Peter,
Hey, Peter! Peter! Oh, Peter.
Whatever that was all about, it's probably still not as weird as handsome anime Venkman was. And that's Venkman's Ghost Repellers. Let's do some likes and dislikes. Peter's dad will return to the show a couple more times, though one of those appearances isn't until the final season of the show. Meeting Peter's dad and seeing their relationship added more dimension to the character as well as the show. And speaking of dimensions, before the Upside Down, there was the New Jersey Parallelogram, a wacky, boat-eating, physics-bending, alternate dimension filled with origami monsters. It seems like we spent so much time at sea. I mean, these episodes usually run about 24 minutes, but at times, this one definitely felt like a 3-hour tour.
Just sit right back and you'll hear a tale of a fateful trip that started from this tropic port aboard this tiny ship. The mate was a mighty sailing man, the skipper brave and sure. 5 passengers set sail that day for a 3-hour tour, a 3-hour tour. The weather started getting rough, the tiny ship was tossed. If not for the courage of the fearless crew, the minnow would be lost. The minnow would be lost.
Now on to the real question. Is Janine a ginger or Marianne? I mean, she's a ginger, technically, but, you know. And that'll wrap up this edition of PKE Readings. The next one should be coming shortly, as I have it about halfway done, but we'll see how that goes. Until next time.
Thanks for watching!
Just sit right back and you'll hear a tale of a fateful trip that started from this tropic port aboard this tiny ship. The mate was a mighty sailor.